I think the first part is intent. I think there is a clear intent that's been shown by the regulator, by the insurance companies, by distributors, by online players to really try and up our game, which means follow the consumer, follow what the customer is saying, understand it, really spell it out, what it will require to kind of get there. And I think that intent is I think the largest play in anything. See, insurance for all is a very difficult topic in India because we've got multiple Indias living in the same country. And as we move forward, it's only going to get more diverse. So I'll be able to kind of follow that pattern and be able to design products, affordabilities, options that create for a palatable buy for every insured. I think time will tell, and I think que sera sera. But over time, I think the what we're following is the right track, and hopefully we will continue down this path. See, I'm not the expert here, but you see, for insurance distribution, the limit was raised to 100% much earlier. But it's not that we've seen any one player who's taken on 100%, right? But that may be very different for insurance companies. I think it gives insurance companies a lot more flexibility, and I think that if you really want innovation to come in, if you want the larger funds to come in here, if you want distributors or insurers from outside the country to be able to find the possibility to engage in India, I think this limit should be removed. See, the limit was to restrict and give a lot of preference to Indian players, and I think we've got very, very good houses which have kind of backed the current insurance players. I don't know how much it will change, but I think that a capping is a bit unfair. I think they should be allowed the flexibility of doing it, which is what the regulators kind of heard and is doing. But yes, time will tell, and I think that it will make a lot of capital available to insurance companies to kind of build better products, better services, larger establishments, which will follow the consumer very well. Yeah, I think cyber is a very exciting place, and I always say, and I said on many stages that at least cyber insurance is massively undersold across the world if you just bar the USA. And I'm going and meeting a lot of insurance companies and reinsurance companies, and I tell them this story about how we are trying to popularize cyber. And it's very simple. You see, the insurance company has to understand the risk. The companies who are buying insurance have to understand that it's a much larger play. And we've actually gone knocking doors to to consumers, and we go and we say, listen, there's a report that we have which tries and accesses your system from the outside and gets vulnerabilities. We look at we take out that report, we go back to the CTOs and say, listen, these are the vulnerabilities in your system. A lot of them are very simple aspects like password protection, policies that could help, human policy that could help kind of make a difference. And as they kind of take care of those, we go back to the insurance company and say, listen, here's a company which is a better risk than the ones that you're insuring. Why can't we actually reward this person? So they will give, let's say, a 10-15% discount. We go back. Now, what have I done? I've got the insured a better price. I've got the insurance company with a better proposal. And hopefully my portfolio will start acting better. But we also help at the time of claims. So at the time of claim, what happens is that the insured doesn't really know how to handle it. You don't know what happens when your company's data is in somebody else's care. So we've got a set of consultants who are calling on behalf of the insured or the insurance company, taking care of the claim and assisting, or rather talking to the ransomware guy, getting the data into place. So now I have solved for multiple things. Because these guys are trained, they're able to make sure that you're not paying out as high a claim as could be. You're also taking care of the service part where a CTO doesn't have to now deal with these illegal elements. And from a value chain perspective, we've made money for the insurance company. We made sure that the pricing is lowered for the incumbent the insured. So I think these are the kind of products that we like to build. We want to build the entire ecosystem out, and we will continue doing that as we move forward. See, I think the almost the brand new thing in Policy Bazaar is that we're establishing a brand, or it's in course right now. We're going to be called Policy Bazaar for Business, which is going to focus on SMEs and large corporates to kind of see how can we build out propositions like I spoke about the cyber insurance for SMEs and corporates. The intent is to try and create ecosystems and kind of take away the pain of insurance claims and the pain of buying insurance for these SMEs and corporates who would rather focus on their larger play, which is getting whatever their businesses into shape. We're also kind of dabbling with the reinsurance space. We've got very serious plans about how we want to kind of build there. We want to build our products. We want to broker, insurer and reinsurer agreements, and that's a new exciting thing that's happening at Policy Bazaar. I think as Policy Bazaar, we can't complain. I think from a growth perspective, we've had a great story. See, the regulators actually worked for us in a lot of ways because they have actually allowed for a lot of flexibility. Whether you talk about the FDI, whether you talk about the use and file of products, it's really helped. But of course, in a lot of times, the regulator has to pull back because there are a lot of elements who use something that's been given irresponsibly. And I think this is a game of catch up. I think sometimes when the regulator is a bit too strict, sometimes they'll be a bit. Even I think this is quite cyclical in nature. As companies become more responsible, the regulator also start giving you let's say a longer thread to kind of follow. So, but I think the problem isn't really the regulator. I think it's the understanding of the regulation and finding compliant way of doing it. Sometimes we hide behind the regulation to actually say that we're not doing well because of reason A, but the reason is very separate. For example, when we look at the regulations of use and file for insurance, we thought that the largest problem is that the regulator takes time in approving products. But once the use and file regulation has gone in, have we seen more products come out more quicker? Not really. So I think it's you hide behind certain problems. I don't think regulator is a problem, but it will in time kind of catch up, and we will see a very high growth phase very soon.